As much as 22 million pounds of plastic pollute our Great Lakes every year. Fish and other wildlife eat microplastics, and then we eat the fish. 3rd through 8th graders from Cherryland Middle School in Elk Rapids wanted to do something to raise awareness about that. And as Corey Adkins shows us in this special Northern Michigan in Focus, they stood up.
Are you nervous?
A little bit.
It was an amazing adventure, once-in-a-lifetime experience.
3 best friends.
When I woke up, I just knew he had a big adventure ahead of us.
Just in 8th grade.
He just told us what he was doing and he asked if we were in, and of course we said yeah, we wanted to be a part of that.
On an adventure that will help shape their young lives forever.
Paddled down St. Mary's River from Sioux Locks to Drummond Island, and there's a lot that happened on that day.
And a lot did happen that day. The weather being the headline. So Jamie Peters, Max Ward, and Owen Werner, along with their teacher Quinn Morris, who is a co-founder of Stand Up for Great Lakes, along with Joe Lorenz, started the 50-mile journey.
We have a glassy river, you know, the sun's coming up, it's beautiful, we're chatting, spirits are super high. The wind's blocked by the land at that time. It's still really calm, and we come around the corner and then you feel the wind.
That was the first of a 13-mile-an-hour headwind that plagued them for the rest of the day. But these kids could handle it, and it also meant something.
It made the day even more special. Anyone can go out there on an 80-degree day. If it was easy, everyone would have been there.
That salute you just heard from the Sugar Island Ferry was the beginning of the incredible amount of love, support, and respect these kids would get throughout the day paddling down the river.
Yeah, it was just crazy. There were people lighting off fireworks and cheering us on, like everyone at their house, taking time out of their day.
And people's houses that they lived on the river, they were just waving to us from their window, so that was awesome.
It's snowing, Joe!
What wasn't awesome was the weather. The river threw everything it could at the 5.
Hail, snow, rain, big wind, big waves. I mean, we had whitecaps out there.
And it hit Owen the hardest. He has a condition that doesn't allow him to use his arms. But that didn't matter. He is tough.
I was soaked, but most of it was from waves. Okay. Like when we go up and then once we hit back down, it'd splash up and it'd go up on the board and everything.
Woo, hailing, baby! One of the videos I have on my GoPro, it's like he's getting hit in the face with hail. And then the whole time he's like this, you know, he's got his head down in the video just because he's getting hit from waves, hail, all at the same time. It really showed that it was tough being up there.
At one point, they all had to drop to their knees to try to stay out of the wind. There was a time they only paddled a half a mile in 2 hours.
Yeah, we had to get on our knees and paddle fast and hard because the wind was hitting our whole bodies and just taking us up the river, which we were trying to go down. It was pretty hard. It's probably one of the hardest things I've ever done.
This is pretty gnarly, boys.
They were exhausted. The safety crew decided it was time for everyone to get out of the water and pulled the team. And just in time.
You got a hot shower in here?
There was a tempest of sorts over Muskong Bay. It was stirring up 3 to 4 foot waves. Then, as if the 11-hour joke was finally over, the skies cleared and it was time to finish the paddle.
We weren't really talking, you know, Mr. Morris told us just take in this experience as much as you can because you're going to come back to this later in your life and you're just going to be like, wow, like I wish I was back at that exact moment.
The people of Drummond Island showed up in force.
It was really cool. It was probably like 100 people maybe. There was a lot of people there and they had signs.
The elementary school raised over $1,000 for us. And it was just really crazy because we don't know any of those kids, they don't know any of us, but they still did all that nice stuff for us.
Honestly, I couldn't really describe that, you know, that feeling. You know, we started our goal out at $3,000. Here we are at $22,000.
It was just crazy. I'd never done anything like that, and I want to do it again. It's just something that I think will carry on through my lifestyle for the rest of my life.
So much more happened on this trip, and you'll see the whole story in a special documentary, Labor Day on 9 and 10 News. But for now, I'm Corey Adkins for Northern Michigan in Focus.